going to show you what I do with my grape leaves and get some of them harvested and get that cleared out a little bit. First, it's time for water. So for some reason, this grape here is not putting out any grapes. It's got nothing in there for grapes, but I am still going to use some of these leaves. So generally, if this had grapes on it, I would need to thin this out incredibly a lot because there's no airflow in there. So when I'm doing that, I just come in here and I slice off the big leaves with a nice long stem on them. So I'm going to do that for a while here and get some of these great big things out of the way so we can get some airflow in here. And I've got my basket here. Just stick them in there. Now with these other ones, these longer ones, I'm just going to wind them up into there and let them climb it. But again, I'm going to come in here and cut a bunch of these great big leaves off because they're just blocking so much air from getting in here. And even though I'm not going to get grapes off of this plant this year, I still want to take care of it, right? Look at that. So yeah, that's really all I do. Like when they start getting a lot longer, okay, like this guy here, right? I'm just gonna reach up here and cut it off. And then I generally just throw them in a pile over here. And once I got a big pile, then I sit down and just cut all the leaves off. You can see some of these. Now I don't want to cut where my grape is there. Hopefully this camera is picking everything up. But I am going to clip it just past that. And again, I'll just throw that over there. I've got one down here that's a little bit lazy, falling over. Again, I want to take some of these great big leaves off of here so that stuff can get some breathing in. So you can see that I have cleared out a lot of the big leaves, and now my beautiful grapes will get some airflow, which is going to help them tremendously. And I've got more leaves than I'm going to use because I've got so many. I am going to take, these are going to go in here too. They're just going to become mulch. Grape leaves make fabulous mulch. I will take this batch in the bucket, in the basket here, and show you how I process them and save a few of those. But yeah, let's do that. So with these branches too, I usually don't have them right underneath me. Anyway, I just, again, with the bigger leaves, I chop them off big. With these smaller ones, I just chop the ends off. And I just dry those laying flat. But yeah, that's all there is to that. So, of course, the next step is to wash them and tear off any yuckiness like that. Anyway, just gonna dump them in the sink. Some of them, anyway. And then here's what I do, is I rinse them, and they go into this bowl. And then in the bowl, I will put water and vinegar. And that just kind of soaks anything off of them that needs to be soaked off of them. Now, I don't spray with anything. Well, I did spray with some neem oil this year because I had some bugs on them. So I did do that. So I do want to get that off of anything, right? So, but I just rinse them. And then I'm going to let them soak in some water and vinegar for about 10 minutes. And I'll come back and show you what the final steps are. After they've soaked for several minutes, I just kind of rinse them off, put them in my strainer. I'll pull out my sprayer in a minute and spray them off. Just let them drain, rinse off some of the vinegar. We don't want vinegar in our tea. And then I'm gonna shake this up a little bit. And then I take them, flip them onto a towel. I'm gonna spread them out all over on the towel. One batch at a time. I'm sure there are more efficient ways to do this. I don't have a big deep sink that I can just dump them in and soak them in vinegar. My sinks don't have stoppers, proper stoppers. We've tried with various different stoppers. None of them actually fit. So, but there's that. I'm gonna grab another clean towel, put it over top. And then I'm actually going to roll it. And I'm just rolling it loosely. And this is just going to sit here, soaking up the water. And I'm going to move on to the next batch. And here we go again, rinsing into the vinegar water. Well, after they've dried in here for a while, I go ahead and do this. And then I kind of sort them by the size of the stalk. And I take, I just start taking them. I actually do various sizes. And I try to get them in various lengths so that everything's not all bunched up together. But then I take several of them. Guess I should grab several. These are my longer stemmed ones. I get several of these. And then I just tie them with some kitchen twine. Just like this. Oops. My scissors totally suck. There, okay. So then I just tie this. I make them all even and tie this just into a knot or a double knot just to kind of hold it together. And yeah, and now I'll take it back into my drying room. And here is my drying setup. This is a shower that we never use. But yeah, so I can just take those strings. I do have some yarrow drying here, and I've got some carrot leaves drying. But I will just hook up these. And there. They will sit there and dry now for a couple of weeks. And then I will crumple them up and use them for tea. And that's how I do my grape leaves.